Hi class. Okay, so I'm going to go over some of the assignments here that aren't working in addition to the ones that are. And as I said in the announcements, this is the first time I've tried group critiquing, so I'll be interested to see how it works. Okay, so I'll always tell you, I'll just sort of point out to you what isn't working in my immediate response to your post, but then I'll go over everything in detail in this group critique. Okay, so the problem here is that this person is not using their vanishing point correctly. Okay, so I'm assuming, let's just assume this is our vanishing point right here. So everything needs to converge to that point. So these lines would be going like this, all right? And then what would be the outline of the box, I'll do in a different color so that it's clear. So then the actual shape of the box would be, let's see, what would be the top here? Be quite a different shape than what we have here. It'd be, let's do our vertical lines. So there's, oops, don't do that. So one of the verticals would be here. Okay. And that looks a little too thin. Let's make it a little thicker. And then we would have, it's hard for me to read how this would work. This would be the top of the box over here. So really what that old box is kind of defunct. So it would be a little bit more distorted. And this one actually is probably going to be easier to show you this on because the other one is off so much. So this would be how this would work. So there would be, those lines would need to converge there. These lines would need to converge there. This is our opaque box, so we can't see what's going on with that line, but we can see what's going on with the vertical lines. So this one can remain the same. This one just needs to be repositioned, as does this one. Okay, oops. So I hope this is helpful for, not very many of you had problems with this, just a few of you, but I'm hoping this will be helpful. Okay, so that one is off. All of these are off, and mostly it's just not using the vanishing point. So the main thing to remember is that everything needs to converge on that vanishing point. All these lines go there. Okay. It does look like this person used a ruler, which is great. We want to do that because it makes for much neater work. And they have the 9 shapes, and they have the opaque and the transparent, but the perspective is a little off. Okay, so hopefully that can be revised. This one, everything's working great. And I really liked how Colleen made some very small shapes as well as some very large ones. She rotated some shapes and challenged herself in terms of positioning, and so that's very nice work. Okay, same with this one, except for this box is off. So let's just go over that. So once again, and this one, let's see if this one's off. This line is off on this one. So that line needs to converge on the vanishing point, okay? And then we would just see, we wouldn't see that corner of the box, all right? So that needs to be corrected. This one does work like it is. It could be done differently. The way you did your other two ones. It's confusing when the point of the prism goes away from the vanishing point in that way, but I think this is diagrammed correctly. It's not ideal. This one is looking okay. Something's off though, and I think it's, see, that line is correct. It's this line here. So this one's going to go like that. That line goes across like that. There's going to be one going there, and then one going there. And let's see what's off here. So this is going to go like, oh, I see what it is. So we wouldn't see this line here. Okay, it would be, would we? No, we wouldn't see that line. We would see what's going on over here. We wouldn't see that. Oh, I see, it's transparent. Okay, yeah. Okay, so no, I guess this one's fine. It's just a little awkward, so I stand corrected. I apologize. And this one, this line needs to be parallel to this line, so this line would go like this. Okay? Alright, and everything else looks okay. There's 9 shapes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Some transparent and some opaque. Okay? And this one looks great. I liked how the person repeated the shapes like this. Used a ruler. Very nice presentation. Same with this one. Very nice presentation. Same with this one. And it looks like, yep, this box is okay. Alright, good. And some overlapping here, which double check the F, I think it's called the F plan right here in the object F, sorry. And look at how the footprint of one shape can or cannot overlap. Okay, so we have to make sure that in reality there would be enough space for these two shapes to coexist. Right now it looks like they're too close to each other, whereas this one I think would work. Okay, so that's kind of complicated, Zach, so double check that. And this looks pretty good, except for we need a ruler to have been used for this assignment. Okay, so some of these shapes would look a little neater had a ruler been used. Okay, so let's just show you what I mean. Making sure everything is going to the vanishing point. So that is, okay, good. This looks a little off the bottom of the triangle, see that? So that needs to be corrected. And let's make those thinner. This one, that looks okay. That one, okay. Alright, so it seems like it's just this bottom part of this, and the bottom part of this box is quite off. Alright, so Brandon, I hope you have a chance to revise this. The bottom of these shapes too are off. See that? All these lines need to go to the vanishing point. So the shape of a lot of these boxes is going to change considerably. Alright? So hopefully using a ruler will help. I think that was why you had some problems. So I hope this clarifies what's off on here. Okay? And the only problem with this, Megan, is you didn't have enough shapes. Okay? But it looks like you're understanding perspective. Alright, I hope that helps everyone.